Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cutting through this week's absolute mountain of tech news to take you on a really clear visual journey. We're going to track the massive ripples of AI evolution, starting way up high with tectonic industry shifts and global power plays, all the way down to the actual software you're running on your desk right this second.
Okay, let's jump right into a hook that, honestly, nobody saw coming. For the very first time in the history of artificial intelligence, the United States government stepped in and effectively banned foreign access to what is, right now, the most powerful model on Earth.
To make sense of the sheer chaos of this week, we're breaking things down into four major waves. We'll start big with macro shifts and billionaires. Look at how Apple and Google are evolving your phones. Dive into the upgrades hitting your daily workflow, and wrap up with the autonomous agent revolution.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Macro Shifts and Tech Titans. This is where geopolitical moves and the world's wealthiest people are radically resetting the global AI chessboard.
The speed of this shutdown is just wild. Look at this timeline. Day 1, Anthropic launches Claude, Fable 5, and Mythos 5. Fast forward to Day 3, and the U.S. government orders them to block anyone who is an American, citing serious national security concerns. By Day 4, users all over the world, whether you were sitting in a cafe in Mumbai or a co-working space in San Francisco, were suddenly staring at an error screen. And all of this rapid action is happening amidst rumors of a jailbreak method, possibly linked to Amazon researchers using clever prompts to dig up security vulnerabilities.
So, how are international tech leaders reading into this sudden ban? Well, it's fascinating. They aren't viewing this as a temporary glitch. They see it as a permanent fracture in the global tech ecosystem. Sridhar Shibu, the founder of Zoho, was incredibly direct about it. He stated, "This marks the actual death of globalization in tech," arguing that it's going to push countries like India to urgently build out their own sovereign AI infrastructure.
And while everyone else is squabbling over who has the smartest chatbot, Elon Musk is out there literally building the physical infrastructure that future AI is going to live on. He's got SpaceX providing the launch capability, Starlink acting as this massive global communications network, and xAI driving the actual intelligence. He's actively snapping these pieces together to eventually take data centers to space, creating a unified off-planet compute network. And that grand interplanetary vision? It just pushed his combined SpaceX and xAI operations to a staggering $2 trillion public valuation. By raising roughly $75 billion on the U.S. stock market to fund this highly interconnected ecosystem, Elon Musk has officially become history's first trillionaire. $2 trillion. Just let that sink in.
Meanwhile, another tech titan is making massive waves. Jeff Bezos actually stepped out of retirement to launch Prometheus. He's calling it an artificial general engineer for the physical world. So instead of just writing code or drafting emails, Prometheus trains on deep physics simulations to help design physical products. Bezos claims this tool will take a project that normally takes 100 engineers 10 years to complete and shrink it down to just 10 engineers over a single year. Now, he argues this incredible leap in automation will cause labor scarcity and actually raise living standards, which is a pretty bold claim to keep an eye on, especially since Amazon just laid off 30,000 corporate employees over the past year. All right, stepping down from billionaire space networks and physical AI engineers, let's move right into Section 2, Apple and Google Evolve. Let's look at how these massive shifts are landing squarely on the devices sitting in your pocket right now.
Apple has fundamentally rebuilt Siri from the ground up. It's gone from this flat, occasionally helpful voice assistant into a highly active, screen-aware operator. For example, Siri can now literally look at a photo of a beach on your screen, cross-reference it with a text message you got a month ago that has a friend's new address, and automatically build a route in Maps for you. Plus, this new highly expressive Siri lives in its own dedicated app, meaning you can start a really complex task on your iPhone and seamlessly finish it on your Mac. On top of that, Apple is supercharging your camera roll with spatial reframing, which lets you completely alter the perspective of a photo long after you actually took it.
But, there is a massive hidden cost to all this seamless intelligence. To make this work securely, Apple built custom foundation models on top of Google's Gemini technology. And Apple is reportedly paying Google a cool $1 billion every single year to run their private cloud compute foundation. They opted for this over Anthropic's models, which apparently would have cost a reported $1.5 billion. It really just proves that ironclad privacy, making absolutely sure your personal data is never stored or accessed, is a non-negotiable but incredibly expensive necessity.
Over in Google's camp, they have delivered literal science fiction with Gemini 3.5 Live Translate. This instantly shatters the language barrier right on your phone or in a Google Meet. You can have a flowing, real-time conversation with someone who speaks a completely different language. And the real magic isn't just that it supports over 70 languages, it's that the AI preserves the speaker's natural pacing and pitch. It finally kills off that flat robotic machine voice we've been stuck with for years, making digital translation feel totally, perfectly human. Now that we've seen how our consumer devices are leveling up, let's jump into Section 3, upgrading your daily workflow. Here is how the software you use at your desk every day is getting a massive lift.
ChatGPT has rolled out interactive data visualizations directly inside its interface. And yes, it even works on your phone. This means you can literally just ask about the energy sources used in top global markets, and boom, you instantly get a beautiful, interactive donut chart. You can hover over the slices and see, okay, coal is at 32%, hydro is at 14%. You don't need to be some data wizard using complex software like Tableau anymore to visualize deep data. You literally just need to know how to ask a good question.
Okay, let's hit a rapid-fire list of absolute game changers that are going to erase hours of tedious work from your day. You can now pull ChatGPT images straight into Canva to edit them. Figma is letting you clone entire live websites with a single click. Google's Notebook LM is now autonomously hunting down research and drawing diagrams for you. And tools like Replit and Hermes are actually learning your brand colors and running your automated morning tasks without you having to lift a single finger. It's just wild momentum.
And that brings us to our final stop, Section 4, the Autonomous Agent Revolution. We are officially shifting from just chatting with helpful bots to actively managing fully independent digital workforces. The sheer scale of what is now possible on a standard desktop computer is genuinely staggering. A new Chinese tool called KimiWork can run an incredible 300 local AI agents simultaneously. And here's the kicker. Unlike web-based tools where you have to upload sensitive files to some external server, Kimi operates right there on your local machine. So all your financial reports and sensitive business data stay entirely private and strictly local.
Let's put that swarm into perspective. Say we task it to analyze Germany's 2026 World Cup chances. It doesn't just spit out a paragraph of text. Step 1, it formulates a multi-stage plan all by itself. Step 2, it deploys a custom browser extension called WebBridge to scrape live news, player injuries, and historical data. Step 3, it actually codes a fully interactive HTML web dashboard visualizing market predictions. And finally, Step 4, it generates a polished, ready-to-present 5-slide deck. It seamlessly breaks this massive job down and assigns specific subagents to browse, code, and design, all without you holding its hand for even a second.
What makes this all possible is their newly improved open-source 2.7 coding model running under the hood. Compared to the older 2.6 version, this upgrade drastically cuts down on token waste and AI overthinking. It uses 30% fewer reasoning tokens, which means it can execute these massive, multi-step workflows up to 6 times faster than before. Basically, it stops overanalyzing, gets straight to the point, and just gets the job done. So here is the mind-bending reality we're left with today. We've zoomed from high-level geopolitical maneuvering all the way down to a swarm of 300 agents living right there on your laptop. The era of AI acting as just a really smart dictionary? That's over. As these tools shift from just answering basic questions to autonomously executing highly complex, multi-stage tasks, your role is fundamentally transforming from a hands-on creator to a high-level manager. The tools are absolutely ready and waiting on your desk. The only question left is, are you ready to manage a digital workforce?